Imagine witnessing the impossible. A moment when the very fabric of reality trembled, a sacred barrier was torn, and the dead stirred to life. This isn't a scene from science fiction, but a true account recorded in Matthew 27:51-53 that marks a turning point in history. When Jesus died on the cross, something extraordinary happened. The temple veil was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook with divine power, and many tombs were opened, resulting in the resurrection of numerous saints. These tangible events are far more than miraculous phenomena. They are physical signs pointing to a profound spiritual transformation that continues to resonate today. The torn veil is not just a dramatic visual, but a symbol rich in meaning. In the Jewish temple, this heavy curtain separated the Holy of Holies, God's very presence, from the rest of the sanctuary. Its sudden, complete rupture signified that the barrier between God and humanity had been removed. No longer would access to the divine be limited to a select few. Now, through Jesus' sacrifice, God's Spirit was destined to dwell in every believer. This promise transforms our relationship with God, inviting us into a personal and intimate communion that redefines our sense of identity and worth. Coupled with this was the earthquake that shook the ground at the moment of Jesus' death. Throughout Scripture, earthquakes have signified God's direct intervention and presence. Just as the trembling earth at Mount Sinai heralded the giving of the law, this earthquake signified the end of an old order and the dawn of something entirely new. It was as if the very creation itself was testifying to the radical transformation brought about by Jesus' sacrifice, a transformation that would forever alter the course of human history. Perhaps the most surreal event was the resurrection of many saints who had long been dead. As tombs were opened, these resurrected figures emerged and appeared in the holy city, a phenomenon that might sound like something out of a supernatural thriller. Yet this event echoes the vision of the prophet Ezekiel, who 600 years before Jesus witnessed dry bones coming to life. Ezekiel's vision was a powerful metaphor for the hope of renewal and restoration, a promise that God can breathe life into what appears lifeless. In the context of Easter, the reanimated saints stand as a potent symbol of resurrection, not merely as a one-time event, but as an enduring promise that death does not have the final word. These dramatic occurrences, the torn veil, the earth-shaking quake, and the reanimated saints, serve as physical trail markers on the road to understanding Easter. They affirm that God, who fashioned the cosmos from the vastness of space to the intricacies of a black bear, desires to dwell within each of us. This truth isn't just an ancient tale. It has the power to transform lives today. For me, knowing that God lives inside me has redefined my identity, liberated me from the confines of a rigid religious system, and filled my life with renewed hope and purpose. In essence, while the Bible doesn't provide every minute detail of these events, it gives us enough to trust in the transformative power of God's presence. As John 21:25 reminds us, if every deed of Jesus were recorded, the world could not contain the books that would be written. Instead, we are given the essential truths: a broken barrier, a trembling earth, and the promise of new life. These symbols invite us to step into a relationship with a God who makes all things new. This Easter, as you reflect on these powerful signs, consider what dried up bones in your life God is calling you to revive.